So guys, let's talk about the woman in the red dress. The woman in the red dress. My one of my most recent uploads was a very interesting take. I spoke a lot about should I say it? I spoke a lot about how so many of the things we think we want, we don't really want it. Like maybe nights out, we don't really want it, not really. And I was just saying that because I had a wild night out and I couldn't care less. Like it was interesting. I had not had such in a while. I thought, and I was like, I was looking up to it, and I was expecting it to be amazing, but somehow it was so not what I expected. But that's not the point. The point of the woman in the red dress is because when I was in that video when I was talking about the woman when I was talking about and then at some point I said the woman in the red dress. Then I retracted the fact that I had never spoken about the woman in the red dress. So the woman in the red dress in the Matrix is in the Matrix, the movie The Matrix. If you've watched it, probably you have. If you haven't, the Matrix is a very nice movie. It's a very interesting take on reality. If that's actually the world we live in, which is probably something similar to what we live in, I really recommend everyone should watch that movie, right? And in the Matrix, there are two worlds. There's the real world, and there is a controlled world in your mind, and you are living inside of a machine that's controlling your mind, and then that machine is being used for your resources, for whatever you have, like your body heat, right? While the machine programs a reality, it projects a mind altering reality to you, which is not real. And in that reality, you are being told to do something, a certain thing, and that's what you have to do. That's basically the movie The Matrix. So in the Matrix, you are inside of that matrix. You're inside of that movie. That movie inside of generational that generation that mind altering whatever that you are being that's being that they are putting in your mind, right? It makes in such a way that everything they say you should do, you would do it. You do it. You intrinsically just do it because they control your mind. They have your mind under control. So in that movie, when Neo at some point Neo when because Neo is the main actor in the movie. If you, I'm sure you've probably watched it, but I don't even know how to explain all these things. But Neo talks about how no, there's a point where Morpheus comes to save Neo, right? And when Morpheus comes to save Neo, we see him. He shows him some alternate versions of the universe of the controlled mind reality they put in him, the one that is not even real. So when they show him the world, they show him all those worlds, all those unreal stuff. At some point, they show him he sees a very pretty lady, a very pretty. I say it nine, but no, a 10 out of 10. She's really pretty. Let's be honest. And when he turns to see the lady. Morpheus, the guy who comes to save Neo, as told tells him he turns, and then all of a sudden he turns back because he's focused on seeing whatever Morpheus is presenting to him. So when Neo turns and sees what looks at a pretty lady because she's so pretty and she's in a red dress, and then she's in New York town where everybody's dressed in cold black whatever, and this woman comes pretty as very pretty, and she's in a red dress, right? So when she's passing by, he turns around, and then he keeps now on the conversation with Morpheus, and the Morpheus says, "Turn back." And when he turns back, a gun is pointed at his head, and the gun is pointed at his head because he lost focus for a second, but the reality, the life he's living, is because it's not real, because everything is projected. They don't want you to have alternate forms of thoughts and alternate. They don't want you to think alternatively, differently. That's really the word. So the woman in the red dress comes basically from that movie, but the woman in the red dress is so real. Probably you've had a girlfriend. When you see your girlfriend in any casual way, she's fine. She's like, she's my girlfriend. Yeah, she's fine. She's my girlfriend. When you see your girlfriend in the red dress, you're like, what the fuck? what the actual, she's pretty, especially if you have a pretty girlfriend. I'm sure you guys all have. But even if you don't have, most of the time, and I don't know if it's a real thing or it's just a me thing or just a few people thing, but a woman in the red dress is the prettiest you can see a woman. I'm telling you, not in a white gown. A marriage gown, not even a white marriage gown. A red dress is pretty. You can do this test. I don't know. Maybe you can ask your girl, dress in a white gown, dress in a black gown, dress in whatever gown. When she dresses in a red gown, even if even if you didn't feel like it, even if you didn't, for some second, for a split second, you had a problem with your girlfriend, you didn't like her that much. For some time, you're like, oh God, this is what I have as a girlfriend or as a wife or whatever, like as a partner, and you're pleased by it because the red dress is, bro, is the pinnacle of women wear. A red gown. Any woman you see in a red gown. In fact, I've never seen. I'll say it now. I've never seen an ugly, and I've never seen a. What's really weird? It's not really even about ugly, but I've never seen an ugly woman in the red dress, in the red gown. I've never seen. And this is the whole point of this conversation, right? We talk about a woman in the red dress inside that movie because of how that movie makes life. It simplifies. It's not even a matter of simplifying, but it narrates it. It tells a story in the real world. This is so true. There is a woman in the red dress. I don't know if she's your girlfriend now. She'll be your girlfriend in a few years. She has been your girlfriend in the past. But there is this woman in the red dress. But the thing is, the more you win at life, the higher you're going to go up. And this is something I heard from someone once, and I didn't realize how true it was until it only got more true. Right now, I know it's a fact. Once you are, let's say you're younger, or when you are less successful, or yeah, when you are younger, when you are less experienced, the woman in the red dress is maybe just a six. Honestly, you think your 10 is probably just a six, and I'm telling you, if you are thinking your 10 right now is it's a 10 out of 10. Look at 3 years back, look at 5 years back, look at your 10 and be like, I'm not saying your present girlfriend, I'm saying look at who you considered a 10 and look at her right now. You'll be like, nah, this is no longer a 10, this is the real 10 here. And the real 10 keeps going higher. And that's the point of the woman in the red dress. You need to resist the woman in the red dress. That's the honest truth. If you want to keep going higher and keep breaking through walls and just keep succeeding as like unlimited success, you need to ignore. You need to avoid temptation. You need to be strong against the woman in the red dress. And the woman in the red dress is not defined. Like she keeps getting pretty. She's like a final boss who keeps getting better and better and better the more you beat her. So it's a very, it's kind of a paradox because you think, now, like I don't have to worry about the woman in the red dress for now. And then you see another woman in the red dress and she's more prettier. Like in the next 6 months, you see another woman in the red dress and she's more prettier. And you're like, I don't have, and you're like, you have to go above your urges or you have to whatever. Sometimes you just succumb to them, you just do whatever, right? And then 6 months in, you're like, damn, bro, I must man up to this shit. I must man up to this thing. And then you're like, bro, now I'm over the woman in the red dress. 6 months later, another woman in the red dress, and she's absolutely 5 times prettier. So you can, I mean, at the point of resistance, you find out that it only gets better. And the woman in the red dress, the interesting thing about the woman in the red dress is the woman in the red dress is not just a woman. The woman in the red dress is all about the distraction. I'm not saying women are distraction. I'm saying the woman in the red dress, like in the movie, is a distraction. The woman in the red dress is playing. When you started out, you were playing a PlayStation 3. As time when you bought a PlayStation 4, and now you have a PlayStation 5. And somehow you can't resist the urge to play the latest God of War, to play the latest Last of Us, to play the latest Call of Duty, right? And that's it. That's really the woman in the red dress. The woman in the red dress, all these temptations, all of them. You need to be so, you need to be hardened by it, and you really need to detox. Most of the times, you need. I personally go through detox almost all the time because I really need to cleanse my mind. Really need it, and many people. In fact, I would say that's one of the biggest things the world is suffering from right now. We need to cleanse our minds. We are being through every second. You can just switch on your phone and go to whatever. You could go to Netflix, go to on your phone. You don't even need to go so far. You know, the world is advancing. That's the beauty of it. But it sucks us in. And when it sucks you in, you become a consumer, not a creator. And if you want to be successful, you can't be a consumer. That's the biggest. That's the biggest mistake you can ever make. So yeah, talking about a woman in the red dress, I really needed. I said it in that video. And I was like, I haven't spoken about a woman in the red dress. Some people wouldn't know who the woman in the red dress is. The woman in the red dress is everything. Look around you. The woman in the red dress is everywhere. The woman in the red dress is everything. You need to be. I am talking to the woman in the red dress right now. This whatever I'm using to talk to you, I'm using the woman in the red dress because in a split second I could use it to make this video. In the same minute after this video, I could use it for whatever, for TikTok, for whatever, for scrolling, for whatever, for uh, chatting, for whatever. I could use it for many of these things. And you need to be so hard on yourself sometimes. Like it's not all the time thing. It's not an everyday you are so hard on yourself. I think you'll burn out quick. Like you will eventually not be hard on yourself quite soon. So it's maybe 2 times a week, 3 times a week you're hard on yourself, and then the rest of the time, yeah, maybe it depends on you. It really depends on you. It depends on whatever you choose. I I for a fact I've told myself that I don't want to live a life less than what I deserve, and I'm ready to do whatever it takes. And I'm going through some sort of stuff right now. I don't want to talk about it here. It's not important. I want to talk about woman in the red dress. I'm talking with the woman in the red dress. Let's say on the next one I'm going to talk about something more interesting as usual. So see you on the next one. Hmm What the fuck is this?